Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to OCW Interaction. My name is Mean Mark. I'm here with the super agent, Adam Douglas. How are you, Adam?
I am excellent. How are you?
Good, good. All right, so we're here. Actually, we want to give you guys a brief review of this incredible feud that's been going on in OCW over the last 10 months.
10 months.
Right, but the story doesn't start there. It actually goes back to 2010, I believe.
It goes back farther than that. We're talking, of course, about Taylor and Cash.
Of course.
And some people don't know this, but Taylor actually trained Cash. So he's been there since day one. When Cash was, fresh off the street, wet behind the ears, throwing up in a bucket in the middle of the ring because he'd been worked so hard.
Yep, that intensity was there the entire time.
The entire time.
Young, hungry for golden glory. I mean,
well, exactly. So fast forward to early 2011, we've got a tag team tournament for #1 contenders to the tag team titles.
And these guys came out of the gates on fire.
Oh.
The Taylor and Cash, or TNC as the fans have named them.
That's true.
I mean, they were just on fire, going through every single tag team in the tag team division, until they reached their goal. Going back to May of 2011, they reached their goal. They defeated Total Devastation, winning the tag team championship.
And for the first time.
For the first time, and not the last time. But I mean, that really started a long title reign where these guys were unstoppable.
Yeah, one little hiccup, and they got the titles back really quick.
Absolutely, yeah. Hey, everyone has a bad day.
Well, exactly. And, they held on to those belts for months and months and months. They became the pinnacle, the measuring bar of our tag team division.
Absolutely, absolutely. Every single team, they knew what they had to do now.
Exactly.
They had to be better than these guys,
Exactly.
and no one was up to the challenge.
Exactly.
Until the strangest thing. You were there, I was there.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe this. Now, fast forward to August 2012. They're supposed to have a match with Adam Keaton and his uncle Jesse Jones.
Who couldn't make it because Jesse Jones got in a car accident on the way to the arena.
Yeah, now, as you know, I'm not Jesse Jones' biggest fan, but I would never wish a car accident on anybody.
No, certainly not.
So I understand he's healing up okay.
Yeah.
And, we wish all the best for him. But anyway.
Well, Keaton was left without a partner.
Exactly.
And, all through intermission, he was so desperate, he was going up to random people, myself included, asking our advice as to who we thought would be a good partner for him. And he was smart, he followed my advice, and he chose Cecil Nix.
How did you come up with that name?
Yeah, he'd been on a bit of a tear at the time. I thought, you know what, he's got some good momentum. He and Keaton might get along pretty well. Why not give it a shot?
Well, I mean, he really had separated himself as an individual. So what made you think he would work well in a team-type setting?
Just everything that I'd seen from him, all the research I'd done. Yeah, this time I was still trying to come up with plans for who I was going to represent. So, of course, I had quite a database. But in the long run, with a team that had been formed literally minutes beforehand.
Okay, there's no way you could have predicted this.
No, I could not have predicted this. I was pleasantly surprised by this.
The champ should have walked away with this. I mean, they were going up against a team of two people who had never worked together.
And on paper, you're absolutely right. But the stars aligned, and Keaton and Nix were able to unseat Taylor and Cash.
That's the only way you can explain it.
But other than the fact that obviously, and we'd kind of been seeing signs of this in months leading up, Taylor was getting more and more upset with the situation he and Cash were in.
Okay, now hang on a second. He says that he was carrying this tag team. Now, I mean, match after match, having been, in the middle of that ring just before, watching the match afterwards, I didn't see what Taylor was talking about. He says he carried Jimmy Cash, and it was on that fateful night that he decided to sever ties.
But see, that's because all you do is you go out there and you announce the match, you announce who wins, and that's the long and the short of it. I've been doing a lot of research, especially at that point. I've been really looking into things. I could see it. I completely understand where Taylor's coming from. And in the months ensuing, which we will cover, Taylor's been proven right. You can't deny that.
Okay, we're going to have to go back and watch some footage of this because I don't see it.
Well, Taylor got upset with Cash after the finish.
Yes.
Attacked him, beat him down.
I know. What a violent way to say we're done.
Hey, they got the point across.
Well, yeah, that mildly speaking.
So, what ensued was Taylor went off to chase the provincial title, which was held by Chaz Lovely, and Cash decided that he would go for a singles title of his own, so he chased the Extreme Rules belt held by Manson.
Right, I believe Cash's stratagem there was he wanted to lure Taylor into a contest. And I think by having having the Extreme Rules title, he was going to be able to get that and get it on his own terms. A match without rules.
Your logic is sound. However, history has shown us that Cash, on his own, was able to successfully take the Extreme Rules belt twice.
Yeah.
But he only held it twice. But the sum total of his title reign lasted longer than it takes to cook a minute egg.
Okay, it lasted longer than a minute now. Hang on a second.
Seriously, come on. 1, 2, 3, handed the belt. Yay, I'm awesome. Oh crap, I'm on my back again. 1, 2, 3, I'm no longer the champion.
Yeah, but he got it back again and then held
And
it.
then lost it again right away.
Oh, come on.
Taylor beat him down. Manson got it back the first time.
Yes.
Suge ran in, beat him down, took the belt again, and held it for a while. Jimmy chased Suge after that.
Oh, yeah.
And wasn't able to take the belt from Suge.
Oh, he's a slippery one, that one.
He is a slippery one. However, so Taylor, on his part, chased Chaz Lovely for the provincial title, won it, and has successfully defended it since then.
I will give him credit, but I mean, he's done everything he can to try and get out of matches or to. I mean, he's walked out of matches. It's been, it's really not really a glorious title reign. Well, I'll give him
but
credit
he still
for.
held it.
Yes, I'll give him credit for that. 4
not
months.
minutes.
Right.
So.
But hang on a second. Let's go to Ignition, right?
Okay.
Jimmy Cash finally gets a big title shot. It's the main event at Ignition, May 31st, and he was there. He had it almost in the bag. He could feel the weight of that provincial title, ready to hoist it. And what happens? Taylor cold-cocks the referee. And who should come in and take his place?
Bruce West.
Yes, very good friend of Taylor's.
We have 2 referees.
Come
Who else
on.
was it going to be?
Well, they should have stopped the match right there. I mean, that
Who was going to call the match? That's the referee's job to call the match.
Yeah,
that referee was unconscious. The only other referee to call the match was Bruce West.
Well, this one
Everybody likes blaming Bruce West. Let's blame Bruce West. Oh, he's awful. But no, it's too easy to blame him. They had no other choice but to send in Bruce West.
Okay, but he counts to 3 faster than you do at certain activities your wife tells me about. Now,
But Bruce didn't have to call it 1, 2, 3. Taylor had Jimmy in the disciple stretch. It was a submission.
I was there.
And
I mean, you know what? Let's go to the footage, because what you're going to see right here is that Jimmy was reaching for the ropes to break the hold. That he had to get that
But he didn't get the ropes. If you look at the footage, his hand hit the mat.
Once.
But it's a high tension situation. We don't know what the ref saw. The ref may have seen an extra tap or two. He saw Jimmy's hand hit the mat.
An extra tap or two?
Who knows? We weren't there. We couldn't see what Bruce West saw.
So now we have a referee who's good friends with Taylor and is now hallucinating. You're calling that fair sportsmanship?
I'm not saying anything about hallucinating. I'm just saying that we weren't looking through Bruce's eyes. We don't know what he saw. It was a high-pressure situation.
No, we know what we saw. It was all the same thing.
And there's no video replay in wrestling. They can't go back and review the tape and go, oops, we were wrong. He made the call like he normally does, down the middle, despite what anybody else seems to think. And what he thought he saw
well, first of all,
was a tap out.
What he thought he didn't see was the other referee laid out on the mat.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he did see that, which is why he came out in the first place.
With a nice little welt on his face.
He was left. The match was left without a referee. He stepped up.
I'm not sure what rule book that you and Bruce West are using, but to me, that's a disqualification.
All he knew was the ref was down.
Either way, I think Jimmy should have won that match. I mean, we can't change the decision.
No.
So, and you know what? Miss Kress is very, very firm that the referee's decision is final.
Yep.
So, there's only one other thing that she could do.
A rematch.
That's right. And coming up at National Disaster 3, Jimmy Cash has that rematch. Now, this was a stroke of genius by Miss Kress, because I'll tell you what, she's gone and done. This is an I Quit match. However, she has taken fate out of the hands of both the competitors. These guys will not quit. None of them will. So putting them in an I Quit match, I mean, it could go on forever until one or both of them are injured or worse.
Yep.
And so what she's going to have is that in each corner they will have a representative that they've handpicked. So not someone you're picking for Jimmy.
No.
Or vice versa, right? So they're going to have someone that they've handpicked that will know when they've had enough and throw in the towel on their behalf if it comes to that.
Well, and I would imagine it would, because like you said,
It's gonna have to.
neither of them, neither Jimmy or Taylor are going to say, I quit.
No,
So it
these
has
guys
to
will
come
not
down
stop.
Has to come down to, their corner man throwing in that towel.
So this makes that selection very, very important. Someone who's going to have to know them.
Certainly.
Right? And we don't know who they are at this point. Who has been picked by each Jimmy and Taylor to represent them in this towel match?
From what I understand, we will find out at National Disaster on July 26th.
Not a moment before?
No, right before the main event.
Even with all your connections or anything?
No, from what I understand.
It's not you, is it?
No. But Taylor, think about it. Call me.
Okay.
But I imagine that right before the match, each of them will come up to you and let you know so that you can announce it.
Well, of course. Yeah. So I'll find out first, but I mean, it'll be moments before.
Exactly.
Well, and again, very important selection. Like I said, it's a very important selection. And that, I mean, because they're going to determine the fate of the provincial championship.
That's true.
Essentially, I mean, and this is where this match is unique and what I really like about it. Ostensibly, it is actually not in the hands of the competitors in the ring, but actually has more to do with their representatives that they've chosen.
That's true. And on top of all of this, Bruce West has been banned from the match, regardless of what happens to referee Simon Zellist. Bruce West is not allowed to enter himself into the match, which is unfortunate because it could leave us with a highly charged emotional match and no rudder to guide them.
That's what Simon's there for, to keep things down the middle.
But if he gets knocked out again because he gets in the way
Of Taylor's fist?
of whatever,
Oh, please.
then we could be left with utter mayhem.
You know what? And that might be something the OCW fans want to see.
Who knows?
So hopefully we'll see you at National Disaster 3, July 26th. See you there.